So the Hollywood Fringe Festival, we're participating in it with P3 Theater Company and our production of Funny Bones, but it is really important for audiences to get out there and view as much of the theater as you can that's being performed at this festival. And that's because this festival is such a unique platform. We're talking dozens of theaters in the Hollywood, California area and beyond now with the streaming capabilities. So these theaters are mounting all these productions. I'm not even sure the number of productions. I think it's 70 something this year, which is a little low, but that's because of COVID. But first of all, they're extremely affordable for the Fringe Festival. Ticket prices are extremely affordable. But you have everything from professional theater companies such as ourselves to independent producers to first-time producers to small theater companies. And a lot of what you'll see at the Fringe Festival is world premiere. So there is some really amazing material that's being put out there. There is literally something for everybody at the Hollywood Fringe Festival. You would be supporting live theater. You'd be supporting local theater. You'd be supporting independent artists. And there is a lot of entertainment to be had. So if musical sketch comedy review is not up your alley, you can find a magic show. You can find one woman or one man shows about socially relevant issues. You can find improv comedy. You've got everything out there. So if you like a wide range of things, go see as many as you can. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, everyone should attend the Hollywood Fringe Festival. It is an opportunity to see playwrights at work and actors in your community at work and other fellow artists in your community at work. It is such a vibrant collection. It is literally a rainbow of themes, genres, types of acting, types of shows, storytelling. It's just such a powerful collection of art. And I think that LA is a town that is so steeped in TV and film that people forget that theater is alive and it's happening all around us. And I just would encourage everyone to get out and participate in it.
People should go to the live events as a way of celebrating the fact that we can, I guess, and it's permissible. I hope that doesn't change in the coming weeks, but right now, people are going to have to wear masks when they go inside, regardless of their vaccination status, and so that's not quite as open as we were hoping. But you can go out and still enjoy live theater. And if you, unfortunately, because of where we are with the Delta variant, have to wear a mask while you do that, so be it. But I think it's a good citizen move because the Hollywood Fringe is incredibly diverse. I mean, it's part of their mission to put a lot of diverse material out there and be really inclusive and give everyone a voice. And that way, if you go see a Hollywood Fringe show, you're supporting that in a way. And that's a good thing. I mean, we need more people to support theater in general, and going live, I think, is a sign that, we're going to come back and we're going to do this thing. And, it shows support of the community and the theater community and the diversity and inclusiveness that the theater community is trying to achieve, basically. And you could be part of it by patronizing one or more live Hollywood Fringe shows.
I think the SoCal community should participate in the Hollywood Fringe Festival because, it's one of a kind as far as the Fringe Festival itself. For those who are into theater, live theater. I know SoCal is more about television and film and, Disneyland. But those who are diehard theater lovers of small theater, experimental theater, I believe they should take the time either to, I know because we're in the pandemic and the mandate and all, but this year they're really stressing the live stream portions of the Fringe Festival. So people can, have a sense of comfort of, the situation that we're in today with the pandemic and not having to leave their homes and still enjoy what the Hollywood Fringe Festival has to offer.
People should attend Hollywood Fringe as much as possible because well, there are a lot of brilliant storytelling minds out there, but many people whose heart is devoted to writing, would otherwise have trouble finding an audience. I mean, there are only so many literary agencies out there, only so many producers who will and they have so many things to choose from. They can only pick a select few of the scripts, a select few plays, which means a lot of great stuff could get potentially left by the wayside. And so things like the Hollywood Fringe Festival, which is open to all comers, would allow audience members to discover plays they might otherwise have never gotten a chance to watch, because the select few literary agencies or theater producers out there, didn't give them the chance. So Hollywood Fringe Festival puts everything in the hands of the playwrights and the fans themselves. So I highly recommend all theater fans look into whatever plays might be interesting and check them out.
People should go to the Hollywood Fringe Festival. This festival is a window, is an open window to the future and to the real reality. In the Fringe Festival, there are a bunch of misfits, and there is the chance for everybody to talk, and is a festival that protects whoever has never had a voice. Is a festival that gives voice to minorities, to people that usually is not seen, or immigrants, minorities, people with impediments. We have a voice here, and we can tell our truth, and we can give our perspective of life, and we can show that actually we are part of it. We are part of the world, that we have a beauty side. We can show you the beautiful side of it. So Hollywood Fringe Festival is an event of humanity. It's, I don't know, it's a Woodstock, every year, when finally you can express yourself, you can find people and stories that usually don't belong to the normal reality, because it's too much. I don't want to hear about, being bipolar. I don't want to hear. It makes me sad, because people don't want to be sad. Don't want to think. The Hollywood Fringe Festival, it's a beautiful chance to think, to open your mind and think about what matters for real. Not money, no cars, no houses, no real estate, no Kardashians, nothing of that. But the smell of the dirt. There was an amazing songwriter, Italian songwriter called Fabrizio De André. He died 15, 20 years ago. And he used to say, from the diamonds, nothing comes out, but from the dirt, flowers grow. So that means that richness is, whatever, but it's sterile. We have to put our hands in the ground and learn how to grow and understand what it matters. Hollywood Fringe Festival, but the Fringe Festival in general, it's a miracle, and it's a beautiful occasion to see how life is.
The Hollywood Fringe Festival is, at least in my experience in Los Angeles, probably the most affirming kind of cultural experience that I've had. I should say that I haven't lived in Los Angeles for an incredibly long amount of time, and the kinds of things that I've spent time doing are of course influenced by who I am and what I feel comfortable and drawn to. But that being said, at Fringe, it's just really remarkable and not to just talk about, I guess, variety for variety's sake, but just the different kinds of people and the different kinds of interests that you encounter under the umbrella of, by and large, a shared desire to share. It's a kind of a social model that, not that that you could take a Hollywood Fringe Festival and make it a model of social organization for the entire world, because it's happens for a limited amount of time, and it is obviously very much themed around theater shows, but the kind of camaraderie and affinity that people are willing to, and the vulnerability people are willing to demonstrate to be a part of it, both as an audience and as a performer, is just incredibly affirming of those aspects of existing as a human person that I feel like are often not made available in at least in a lot of my day-to-day experience under conditions of working and competition and anxieties about career, and to a certain extent money making. Fringe is really an experience driven by people who are really excited to share things that they're excited about and want to develop relationships around that excitement. Fringe is not where a lot of folks are going to with an intent to try to make a lot of money or become famous or become canonical figures in the theater world. That can happen occasionally from Fringe, but for most people, it's coming from a much more local desire to see, be seen, to appreciate, be appreciated, and to have that kind of ethos happening for the duration that Fringe happens for and at the scale that it's happening is something that I've rarely found in my life of participating in and experiencing people sharing, creating and sharing culture, and so I would highly recommend putting your own show up at Fringe or just going to see as many shows as you can, because with the reasons that people are doing it, it can, even if a show isn't exactly the sort of thing you would normally like, there's something that feels really, really lovely about having things shared with you in the way that people share things at Fringe, that I haven't found anywhere else in Los Angeles, at least up to this point in my time there.
Why did people go see the Fringe Festival? Number one, there's going to be some amazing shows. I know because I've been seeing previews. I talked to some of the artists in the shows, T.O. Forsberg to Holly, who's making Liam to Lorinda. There's going to be a great improv show. There's going to be my friend Leza, who's doing improv. Sorry, I'm liking these shows and other names are escaping me. But it's just a great way. There can be so much great work to see. We're finally allowed to go back out, put on your mask, take your card, and go see some really good theater. If you love really good theater, if you want to be entertained, if you want to make moves, if you want to learn, the Fringe will have something for everyone. And there's so much, and I know because I've been hanging out with the amazing, incredible artists, for now my friends, and there's so much beautiful work to see. So go see it. Go see it. And some will be virtual, so if you're a little bit nervous about going out, some will be live streamed, so you can see theater in your own home.
Oh, the Hollywood Fringe Festival. Oh my God. Why should anybody go to a buffet? I mean, it's the same thing. It's like, I get to see like 55 shows by helping Matt and doing the volunteering. I forget the number, but I think it was like 55. I don't have the exact number, but it was amazing, and even I was a little down on like a couple of the shows. You go and my heart would break when I'd see somebody putting on an hour show and they got 4 people in the audience, because it happens. Because they might have a great product, but they just didn't do the marketing right or forgot about it, or who knows. And my heart broke. And at first I'm like, oh, 4 people, no, what kind of, but I learned such a respect for people doing their passion, and before that, I was just like a regular consumer when it came to any kind of, musical or movie, or, like you got to have the buzz and everything. But it got me to really be more empathetic towards the people that are doing, like that. There was a phrase I learned about therapy shows, and, maybe mine's a therapy show now, I don't know, but anybody. Because now that I've been doing some of this stuff, the vulnerability, opening yourself up, I come in and tell you all these intimate secrets, things that people won't normally share. So I think I've got transparency down, but I have nothing on these actors and writers who are performing at Fringe. It's so wonderful. There were like 400 shows. Anything you'd like to see, it's there. And it's just a good community to support.
I really want people to go to my play and the Hollywood Fringe Festival, because it's so important to hear these stories that are not universal. We are kind of overclouded by this industry that believes that these mainstream stories are so important, all told by the same race, gender, like it's very clouded with the same voices, because nobody really trusts amateur, like not experienced, and this is the Fringe Festival is the perfect platform for people that have really important voices that have not been heard yet to really be heard and talk about not including my show, like talk about other cultures, other experiences, like things that we just like. Theater offers the chance to feel uncomfortable when film gives you the privilege to turn it off. And I think it's really important that we sit down, really take in these shows from beginning to end and listen to people that are telling them, because they're telling them for a reason. And it's a lot of work to do something like that. And it should be our job as humans to seek out people that have not been listened to and really hear their stories. And I'm hoping that everybody does do that. And I think that's why we all should be going to the Fringe.